Welcome to the worst of the best podcast. You wanted the best. Well, they didn't freaking make it! So here's what you get. From Canada, Ryan and Ruban.
Welcome, everyone, to the Worst the Best podcast. I am Ryan, and with me, as always, is Ruben.
And with me is Ryan.
And with me is Ruben.
This is the worst of the best. We don't decide what the best is.
No, our job is not to decide what the best is. Our job is to decide what is the worst of the best. Today's kind of an interesting one, Ruben. We're talking about addiction. And not just addictions, but bizarre addictions. Well, often when people think of addiction, it could be, obviously just eating lots of food, chocolate.
Been there.
But yeah, it could be anything from like just addicted to soda. A lot of people are addicted to it. They have to have a daily soda drink. Coffee, smoking, bad drugs. An addiction is something that people just need, and they do it despite the consequences. Let me quote Dr. Drew.
Sure.
Dr. Drew said, Dr. Drew Pinsky.
Loveline.
From Loveline, yeah.
With Adam Carolla.
That's right.
Hey, Adam Carolla, I read him on one of my old podcasts there. But anyways,
That's right.
but go on.
Just want to make sure we're out there. Yeah, we're out there. Okay. Yes, that's right. Ruben interviewed Adam Carolla on the now defunct...
But yes, Always Hungry podcast.
Always Hungry.
Found on Google Play.
Google Play, that's right. He said that addiction is not how much you do or how frequent you do. It's doing something that's harmful, no matter the frequency or the amount, despite the consequences. Knowing what the consequences are, you still do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of an interesting... I'm probably not quoting him very well, but
but I think I've heard maybe that definition or similar ones to that.
Okay. Today's topic is bizarre addictions. These are addictions that you probably couldn't come with on your own. Think of a bizarre addiction. Have you seen the list, Ruben?
No, I haven't.
Okay, think of one. Just pick one. Pick a bizarre addiction that you think someone has to do.
Eating their hair.
Ooh, eating their hair. It's not on there, but something like it might be there. Okay, the first one is tanning.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember when we were teenagers?
Yeah, of course. That was about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, sure. We were kind of beach bums as teenagers. We loved going to the beach, skimboarding, and I used to get my tan on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I used to come home from school, and I would put the
coconut oil
on the skin, to bronze yourself.
Yeah.
So I did it. Was I addicted? Well, I'm not now, and I stopped. I'm officially an old man. I'm 43.
Sure,
I don't care anymore about that.
Yeah.
So I'm not addicted. I did it when I was a teenager.
Yeah. That thing when you're especially a teenager where you're concerned about how you look.
Right. I don't.
You're concerned about your appearance, and you think that with a tan you're going to look better.
That's right. The tanning makes.
And then you grow out of it. But some people don't grow out of it.
Some people don't grow out of it.
And they think that the darker they are, the better. Remember Tan Mom?
Yes, I was actually going to Google. We can actually Google Tan Mom.
Yeah, but I should not say anything. But
don't be careful. Don't name any people that we know or anything like that. Or
I don't think I know anybody that's
Tan Mom. Who was?
Yeah, just Tan Mom.
Oh boy.
Oh,
beautiful. It's just great.
Oh, so terrible, so sad.
Yeah, well, yeah, we shouldn't poke fun, but the idea is that she became...
it's an addiction.
It's
ruining her life.
It's ruining her life. It's ruining
Despite
her skin.
the consequences, she's still
That's
doing
right.
it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I was going to say that as a dad now, I don't care, but I have farmer tan now, and I don't care anymore. I go to the pool or go to the beach, and I take off my shirt. Mm-hmm. Got the tanned arms, the tanned neck, and white body.
But yeah, when you're a teen, you feel,
dare not have that.
Well, one thing I like about getting tan as a teen, it made my back knee a little bit less visible.
That's right. I remember dried up acne on your back knee. Ugh. Many recent studies have confirmed that tanning addiction is very real and engages the same part of the brain as drugs like heroin.
Oh, wow.
And some research points to the possibility that it may just be in your genes. Another one of those things where you just happen to have this addiction. It's almost like it's not your fault. This is a struggle that you're going to have to deal with. You need the sun on you. You need to look brown.
People go to the salons, and...
What about Trump? Is he a tanner or is that makeup?
No, he's got tanner because he does
the goggles.
That's why he's got the white eyes. So
is that picture of him on the internet real, where he's shirtless and in the tanning booth or something, or he's stepping into a tanning?
I haven't seen that, but I doubt it. It depends.
I'm afraid to Google
how large is his rear. Hey, you know what? Like, I'm no specimen.
No. Well, that's natural. Well,
No, look at that. That looks terrible.
that might be makeup too, though, or no? Maybe it just was on the sun ski,
There's how many pictures of him looking like that, though?
That's awesome. It's beautiful. All right, so number 9. This one is bizarre. Don't forget, these are bizarre addictions. Drinking urine, Ruben.
So, tanning, I think we could all kind of relate to.
Don't forget, we picked the worst of the best bizarre addictions. Out of these two, I'm not spoiler alert, I might have a worse pick already. I'd rather be addicted to tanning than... But we'll get to that later.
This one might be healthier for you.
This gentleman here, Ruben, Robert Wells, who's in his 60s, he can't stop collecting urine from younger people, often without their knowledge, and drinking it.
What?
He admits that it is an urge he can't control. In fact, he's been charged with multiple sex offenses for going out and collecting pee from kids. The reason why he does this, Ruben, is he believes that urine from young people will help to keep him looking young for a longer time.
Okay.
Well, this guy is not hurting the child, thankfully, Robert Wells. He's just collecting
I would be scarred if I was a child and some old man was collecting my urine.
Well, maybe
He can't pee.
Well, maybe I don't know how they didn't say how he was doing it. Maybe he went
Nothing. He got charged.
All right. Ugh. I had no idea that's what he was doing. So I only read the headlines. I had no idea that it was going to go in that direction. Okay. Animal hoarding. Okay. Here we go.
Do you remember paper routes? When we were kids, I know I had a cat lady on my paper route. Her home was full of cats. It stunk so bad. And she was like, shut the door.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I can't breathe. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to be careful when you have two. We have 2 cats. That's the limit, I think. But, yeah, people will obviously have hundreds. So science agrees that animal hoarding has many features of an actual addiction, including denial of the problem,
Sure.
a compulsive need to engage in it, and excuses for this behavior, and no regard for maintaining the individual's personal surroundings. So if you have a lot of animals, you got feces on the ground, urine on the floor, you're not functioning like you probably should. That's what addiction will do to you. It destroys a normalcy that would be a healthier way to live. It may sound like the crazy cat lady stereotype is true, but in actual cases, it's much more serious than just collecting a lot of pets. It's also difficult to overcome without help. So, again, we want to keep in mind that these addictions are harmful. We're not making light of the harm that people are going through, but just that these are truly bizarre. These are things that you just... Hopefully none of our listeners are experiencing these addictions. If you are, get some help. You ever drinking urine from kids? Or just get the cat's urine. Maybe they can work together.
Yes.
The cat lady.
Yes.
Get a young feline cat to pee in a bowl, and then All right, number 7. I knew this would be coming. Human blood. Okay, this kind of goes without saying that vampires have been a part of their Western folklore for as long as we can remember. But there are people, Ruben, that truly practice drinking blood out of people.
Okay.
So if we talk about real life, though, an addiction to drinking blood is certainly scientifically possible. In fact, a Turkish man was reportedly addicted to drinking his own blood.
Okay, that's fair.
The doctors described his need for blood to be as urgent as breathing, even though they weren't able to explain how he developed it.
If he's drinking his own blood, drink up.
I guess he just recycles it. I don't know. Does it work that way?
I'm sure it's
blood
weird.
Transfusion through the throat?
I typically kind of think if, you're not harming anybody, nobody's being emotionally scarred, you're not being
Drink
charged.
your own urine.
Yeah.
Drink your own... I think we're going to go back to the urine. Drink your own urine, Robert Wells.
I think I'd rather drink my own blood.
I wonder if that was really him. Was that really Robert Wells? They had a picture of a guy in a hat and glasses. Are we led to believe that's Robert Wells? They got a photo of him? I don't know. Here's one. Coffee enema.
I've had one.
A coffee enema?
Yeah.
Is that what they use for enemas? Is it coffee?
No, but...
Okay. But you've had an enema.
And I've had a coffee and enema.
Okay. So coffee and enema...
This town needs an enema.
Yeah. That was the first time, Ruben, I ever heard that word or understood that word.
I didn't know what it meant. I just know it sounded very cool, and I wanted to know what the meaning of it.
We're quoting, of course, Jack Nicholson's Joker, the 1989 Batman film directed by Tim Burton. Jack Nicholson yells out, yes, this town needs an enema. An enema, which obviously now we know means a cleaning, a cleansing, a flushing.
Yeah.
Wipe out the dirty.
Speaking of a good flushing, you know why Jack Nicholson is no longer at Liquor Games?
Why?
He got banned.
Did he get banned from games?
Yeah.
Why?
He brought in some homemade chili in a Rubbermaid container.
Get out of here!
And spilled it on the court floor.
Really?
Yes.
He just had a birthday recently.
How old is he?
He is
That
82.
Oh, I'm surprised he retired already then.
Yeah, he is kind of officially retired, isn't he?
Yeah. I really like him as an actor.
Oh, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
We all got to get old.
And sometimes people want to bring out chili.
Oh my goodness, Ruben. This happened in 2018.
Hold on a second, that's the Onion.
Oh, Ruben!
No. I read it on a non-Onion source.
The Onion tricked somebody. Somebody probably quoted the Onion and got tricked.
You know what? It's probably me on Reddit. I got fake news.
That is hilarious.
I got fake news.
Ruben, fake news. I wish we had a fake news soundboard. You are fake news. It's an Onion. That is, Ruben got Onion.
That's funny.
The headline here is Jack Nicholson banned from sitting courtside after spilling Tupperware full of homemade chili. I was gonna say Jack Nicholson would have to probably drink urine from a child at courts to get banned because he's like a fixture there.
Sure.
All right, that's funny.
Oh,
Okay.
that's funny. I wonder how many other things in my life have been fake news. Who knows? All right.
So coffee and
an enema.
So it's an experimental variation done with coffee, and it was first introduced in the 1940s by Dr. Max Gerson. Many doctors and scientists have pointed out its effects on the body, and it's no longer offered by medical facilities. But this hasn't stopped a Florida couple from developing an addiction to coffee enemas. They feel a rush while doing it and get a withdrawal symptoms if they don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you can drink coffee, and it goes through your throat, through your stomach, through your bowel.
Yeah, they're taking the drug as a suppository.
Are they taking a coffee pot and a funnel and putting it in their buttocks?
You gotta make sure it's really hot. I'm joking about that part.
Yeah. We're telling our listeners, please do not insert coffee into your buttocks, but that's what I think they're doing. They must be pouring...
There's like a coffee mixer, it's a coffee enema.
So they're pouring coffee, like a butt funneling coffee, because it goes right into your organs.
Yeah.
But then it flushes out. But,
That's right.
But it says here that they get the rush while it's happening, but with... So
no, because you can take drugs as a suppository, right?
Right, of course. I've actually... Well, yeah.
You don't need to finish the sentence, so I understand.
Yeah. All right, okay.
That organ there will absorb the nutrients. Okay. So they're taking their drugs as a suppository. They're addicted to coffee.
They're doing it 4 times a day, Ruben.
4 times a day.
4 times a day, and the wife has admitted to giving herself up to 10 times in a day.
Wow.
All right, this will be an interesting one to pick the worst.
Getting tattoos.
Now, I don't have any tattoos. Ruben, do you have any tattoos?
I had 5, but I got them removed.
Yeah, you got it. Okay. Well, Ruben and I don't have tattoos. Big surprise to anyone that knows us. We're really a couple of bad A. A lot of the artists that we like and growing up, tattoos are so common. It's almost cool now not to have a tattoo.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy yesterday who he comes in regularly to work. He's got a little tattoo on one palm, like the side of his palm right here,
right,
and one on the other. And I said, "Oh, I never noticed your tattoos before. What is it?" Because one's the right side of the brain, one's the left side of the brain.
There you go.
He's into brain stuff.
Yeah, there's some really I like tattoos. Oh, sorry, you got it.
Yeah, he said he got his first when he was 18, and he knew that once you have one, it's easy to get 2.
Right.
And then it's just easy to get whatever.
Right.
And so he made the choice to only get a certain number, and that's it.
Yeah, a lot of people always say
you just go forever.
They got their starter tattoo, and I work in the Navy, and a lot of Navy folk, they love their tattoos and they get tattooed up. For me personally, I don't know. Even if I had to get a tattoo, like Ryan, you need to get a tattoo. I would be like, okay, but I wouldn't even know where to put it. Probably my arm, but I wouldn't even know what to do. I got things that I enjoy in the pop culture world, sure, and there's family, of course, like initials of my children, something like that. I wouldn't know it even. How would you even decide that's what you're putting on your arms, with skulls and roses and
yeah.
Beyond that, though, so there's one thing to get a tattoo, Ruben, but I guess it's another thing to be addicted. Tattoo addiction, though, is a real thing for more people than you'd guess. According to research, about 32% of Americans admit to being addicted to tattoos and feel the need to go out and get a new one shortly after the one they just had. And some scientists have tried to explain it as an addiction to the pain that comes with the process of getting tattoos. So they're almost addicted to the pain.
As Trent Reznor says, was he addicted to the pain? The only thing that's real?
Huh.
That Johnny Cash covered that?
But it also may have to do with being addicted to the attention that the tattoos bring.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
Science is still figuring out exactly what causes a chronic addiction to tattoos. So they're looking into it. They don't quite have the answer. I guess you could say anyone that's covered, head to toe, might have an addiction. All right, Ruben, number 4.
Romantic rejection.
Romantic rejection. Now,
I went through a phase where people might have wondered if that was...
Yeah, I was just going to say, my whole teenage life, I was unknowingly addicted to romantic rejection. I know.
And my first marriage.
There you go. Yeah. Touche. Rim shot.
Hey, so, want to stay married? Okay. No. Okay. No. Okay. No.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So you were addicted to the rejection in your first marriage. That's good.
I should have just left.
Yeah, well.
Oh, what can you do?
Yeah, I was also addicted to rejection. When I was a teenager, believe it or not, Ruben, you might find this hard to believe, but I had very little game as a teenager when it came to the girls. And I actually asked 3 different girls to my prom.
Really?
Yeah, 3. 3 girls.
Wow.
And all said no. One said yes, but then she changed her mind when she had a date to another one on the same night. Yeah. So, anyways, so here we go. What does this addiction mean? So, according to a study published in the Journal of Neurophysiology, romantic rejection involves the same parts of the brain that causes us to get addicted to something other than this. So, the researchers even came up with a parameter for it, the passionate love scale, and concluded that romantic rejection is definitely a form of addiction.
Well,
so
I don't understand.
I guess what it is
if you like to be rejected, then you gotta make the moves. But what if they don't reject you?
I don't know. I guess it's almost like people like to feel sorry for themselves or to feel, I don't know, to go out there. It's a weird, but that's bizarre. This is bizarre, Ruben.
Yeah, it is bizarre. Huh.
We may be making it sound like all fun and games, but it also does a lot to explain cases of rejected people becoming violent toward the person who rebuffed them.
Did you see Dirty John?
Yeah. Great show.
Oh my goodness.
When you're done listening to our podcast, go check out the Dirty John podcast. Highly recommend it.
Oh, the podcast.
Yeah. You can see the podcast is literally the show. So it's either or, yeah. But some people like the audio. Well, this is not a surprise. You probably would have guessed it had I given you 10 minutes to guess an addiction.
Oh, sure. Plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery, number 3. We've talked about this on our podcast before. We have this podcast, of course, our Rocky podcast. We've talked about celebrities throughout our podcast.
Uh-huh.
And often we bring up plastic surgery, and our response is always the same. Other than boob jobs, no, our response is always the same. Like when they muck up their face.
Yeah,
never. A good toupee is the one you don't see. Like I'll admit, a good toupee. I probably have seen a toupee, but didn't know it was a toupee.
Sure.
That's a good toupee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good one, Ryan.
Thank you. But plastic surgery is such a fine line.
Did you know that Michael Jackson had plastic surgery?
Michael Jackson had plastic? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I might have to Google that.
Yeah.
What about Madonna? Has she had any?
Oh, are you kidding?
That's true.
Yeah. Sure?
Sure? No. Not only does it not look natural, I can get around with not natural.
Sure.
Again, I'll just say, it's not to be crude, but there's some buxomy ladies out there who have gotten that surgery. It's like, it may not look natural, but I'm not appalled. I'm not like, oh, gross. But face to me is a whole different. When you cheek implants, eyes are wider, forehead back, lips are bigger. It's just like that's all you're looking at.
Yeah.
And then what's crazy is a lot of young people are doing it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. People that are younger than us.
I saw a picture of Kendall Jenner. Is that her name?
I think they must have had it on their face already.
She has some lip thing, and it was like an unphotoshopped picture.
Right.
I felt so sorry for her.
And the thing is, like, I know people might be saying, "Oh, Ryan and Ruben, hey, don't criticize these people. This is what they." Okay, it's one thing to not say criticize, but it's one thing to make fun of or criticize someone who has buck teeth because they have buck teeth.
An addiction is when it impedes your life.
That's right.
Despite the consequences, and it ruins something about your life. This is bizarre addictions. It's ruining somebody's life.
That's right. And it's one thing to like. Your nose is broke, or you get a burn victim,
or you're a cancer survivor.
Yeah, so so plastic surgery is an amazing science to reconstructive surgery.
Yeah, penile reduction.
Yeah, we don't quite understand why so many people without any other underlying medical conditions, what we just talked about, would compulsively get 10 plastic surgeries in a day. So the people are getting as many as 10 in a day.
Remember that reality star couple? She had like something like 10 in a day. Heidi
Montag or something.
Yeah. Oh,
and they're like under 30.
It's like, what do like?
But again, if it's corrective or to help you out because you're a burn victim or something, I understand. But this is people like who are young and pretty, already.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, all right, milk products, Ruben.
Huh?
Yeah, milk products. Some people are unhealthily obsessed with milk products, often using them to replace regular meals, no matter what it does to their health. if that sounds like an addiction, it absolutely is. We've explained that. So milk and its derivatives contain molecules that attach to the same parts of the brain as drugs like opiates.
Wow, I like melted cheese.
Yeah,
I was going to say as much as anybody, but I'm fine without it as well.
Yeah, well, then you're not addicted. I don't drink milk, but I do eat a lot of cheese. I'm on the keto diet, and as a member of the keto diet family, I eat a lot of cheese. Don't drink milk because of the sugar in milk, but cheese, you can eat a lot of cheese on the keto diet. So that's dairy, but I think it's dairy, but I think there might be talking about chocolate milk, drinking milk, but it says milk products, so... Well, I don't have ice cream, but I used to... when I did eat ice cream, I used to get...
I get a lot of...
IBM, is that what it's called? Yeah.
I don't mind a little...
IBS, irritable bowel syndrome.
Light IBS.
Yeah, so... But that's it. I would eat the ice cream knowing what was coming later. You pay that price later for the bowl of ice cream now. Last one, drinking water, Ruben. People are addicted to drinking water. Can you imagine?
Yeah, Aquaman. Too soon?
What? Is he dead? Here we go. So if we told you that it's possible to become addicted to water in the same way as other harmful substances, you'd probably tell us to get out of here.
Get out of here.
But according to science, it's absolutely possible to get addicted to water. In some cases, people who don't get their daily fix of water can experience headaches and other withdrawal symptoms. For many people who have aquaholism,
I see what they did there.
as it's unofficially called, staying away from water for even an hour may mean irritation and the compulsive need to get back to it. So, like everything in excess, this can lead to some serious negative effects on the body. So there you go. These are the 10 most bizarre addictions that the world has right now that are enough that... I mean, I'm sure, like I said, Ruben, I'm sure there's people that eat hair, but... Yeah, we know there's people...
It's probably number 11.
Sure. There's more than 10, but these are the top 10. Probably for population-wise that do it. Common enough that this is an issue. So, Ruben, out of these top 10, this is my criteria for top 10. Or for the worst, the best of the top 10.
Sure.
Which one would you not... I don't want any of these.
Fair enough.
Okay, but which one do you want the least? What would be your last pick to have? Like, if you had one that you wish you never had...
Oh, that's tough.
So you'd have to live with the other 9 at some point in your life. For example, I could get away with drinking water. I'd be like, I'll suffer as a water drinker. Like, that's...
So you're drinking water, you're drinking blood.
Sure. I would even do... The two that I'm stuck between, as the worst, is drinking urine and human blood. And I think I'm going to go... Now, it doesn't have to be child's urine. It's just this guy's addiction's so bad.
That's a for example.
Okay,
I think I'd rather drink urine than blood.
I think so. I think at the end of the day, I'd rather... Oh, you'd rather drink... So blood is your worst.
Blood?
Is that what you're saying?
I know I said it earlier, but I was thinking of like the...
So which one is the worst of the best, bizarre...
I think the worst is the plastic surgery on the face.
That's a good point. Like, maybe I could still... if I drank my own urine, but I had a nice face... Boy, this is tough. You know what? This is hard because you're saying that you spin a wheel, the other 9 are on the wheel.
But, people, let's say if you had the 10, but you can't have one because it's the worst.
But this is the point.
You could have animals.
Yeah.
You could be drinking blood, you could have your enemas, you're drinking your urine, you're getting tattoos, you're getting rejected by love.
Yeah, you're right. You're
eating cheese and drinking chocolate milk.
Plastic surgery is the worst because the money you would spend, the damage does to your face.
The time healing.
Yeah, okay. You're right. I can drink a cup of urine one day, just drink it, done for the day, move on with my life.
Yeah, do you drink the urine first or blood first?
I drink urine before blood because blood's thick.
We did before or after feeding your 75 cats?
I would definitely have cats more than drinking urine. I could live with... because I would take care of the cats. Somehow I'd still keep it clean. All right. Thank you for watching and listening to the Worst of the Best podcast. Remember to review us on iTunes. It gives us a lot of help to get more listeners. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. That really does help us. And yeah.
Spot us on Spotify.
We're on Spotify as well. And Google Play. Anywhere podcasts are sold, we are there. Remember, in front of every silver lining, there's a cloud. And we're there to help you find it. Thanks, everybody. We're still going, Ruben, so be careful what you say.
You sure you want to stop the stream?
Yeah. Oh. I always said it. Thank you.